Hi!
We're here!
We are here.
Yeah.
Back again
We made it.
with Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules, brother.
The one night of the year where WWE goes extreme.
This wasn't even that extreme.
It really, really, really wasn't.
It was like, why call it Extreme Rules?
Because that's the name of the pay-per-view that they have.
It'd be like if my pay-per-view was like free pie for everyone and there's no pie at all.
No, like one guy got like one of those little pie, the little like single-serving pies.
Little lemon meringue pies.
Yeah. It's free pie for everyone. Well, only Derek got a pie.
It's like, well,
I
should've
thought
got
you
here
said
faster.
free pie for everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Did you think that was? I think it was just the color scheme from the intro video, but I swear I thought that was Eva Marie doing, because they just had a close up of some woman's lips.
Oh yeah.
Doing like it's the one night a year where WWE gets extreme, and they did that. But what freaked me out was at the end of that video package, they cut from the lower half of this woman's face to the upper half of Undertaker's face, doing the like white eyes roll back thing, and it made it seem like that was meant to be the same face. And it's like, okay, Undertaker's rocking the red lipstick, no worries.
Yeah, you do you, Taker.
Welcome everybody to Sidewalk Slam, the podcast where we talk about storytelling in professional wrestling, specifically in the main roster product of the WWE, which I've been trying to watch recently. It's still not great.
Still not great.
So right after we recorded the most recent episode, the Stomping Grounds episode, like
let's get that
minutes after we went offline,
Yeah.
there was this huge news that they've created new job positions at Raw and SmackDown of an executive director.
Yes.
Which is someone to still under Vince, but someone to lead the creative direction of Raw and SmackDown. And this is not like just a figurehead role. These were roles that the WWE board of directors had to approve the creation of because they didn't previously exist in the hierarchy. Like these are this is a real thing that's going to have actual impact on the week-to-week product that we see. What was surprising is that the people who were announced to be in those positions was Paul Heyman in charge of Monday Night Raw. And in charge of SmackDown Live, Eric Bischoff.
The Bish. Yeah.
Former head of WCW.
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff. Who still hosts a podcast called 88 Weeks, referencing the 88 weeks of which WCW was ahead in the Monday Night Wars.
So what happens is, I guess the podcast has a shelf life then, right?
I guess.
Where they get to week 88 and they're like, 89 weeks. They're changing the name of the podcast.
Then it just moves into like an AU where it's just like fanfic of like what would have happened.
what could have been done.
Yeah.
Some fantasy booking, brother. Yeah, everybody loves a fantasy book.
So everyone's like trying to figure out. There was a bunch of questions. It was sort of like, why not Triple H?
Yeah.
And the general consensus was that he's got enough on his plate because he does NXT and 205 Live.
Yeah.
And also, maybe this fails and they don't want to make Triple H. They don't want to make Triple H the executive have that egg on his face if this doesn't go well. What is this going to mean for the show if Vince is still involved? And I think it will actually have greater. I think we will actually see some changes.
Okay.
I hope we will.
Yeah. We haven't really yet.
No, not yet.
But apparently, the changeover was happening after Extreme Rules. Like they were tying up loose ends or whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's like.
And Heyman's been having input and stuff like that. Like there definitely were some things that apparently he had some input into. But so, for example, there was an episode of Monday Night Raw that happened after this announcement, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's amazing! You got to go see this." And there was the show opened with this match between Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. I don't know why they're still having this feud, but whatever.
Dude, it's been going on forever.
Yeah, and they go through the LED board at the top of the ramp, and there's like pyro goes off, and everything collapses, and the LED board shuts off, and paramedics come in, and Corey Graves on commentary says, "Holy shit!" Uncensored out there on USA Network. And they had plenty of time to bleep it, by the way. It runs on the tape delay.
Yeah.
And he was obviously told to say that, and people were like, oh my God, it's the Paul Heyman era of Monday Night Raw.
They said shit.
Yeah. And it's like, The rest of the episode is not good.
Yeah.
It's the same. The interesting thing for me, the interesting thing that they did was this extended period of time where all we were seeing was the shot of behind that display from like a ceiling camera, almost like a security camera.
Okay.
While the paramedics came in and they like loaded people up, and there was like minimal commentary and everything, and Michael Cole was using the like a wrestler's been seriously injured tone of voice, which wasn't the case, right?
Yeah.
But like just that shot from a cinematography perspective, super unique, never been seen before, and holding on it for that long, and then they go to commercial and come back still on that shot while they try to like pick up all the pieces. Was
like it's like a news report. Like,
that was really, really interesting. Yeah. And then the rest of the show was the same as always, except that they constantly talked about
that cool thing that
happened at the beginning of the show, and they showed it on replays and talked about how Strowman and Lashley were at a nearby medical facility because Vince doesn't like the word hospital.
Yeah.
And
how about the weird pregnancy thing?
Oh yeah, right. That was also
Attitude Era, baby. Sha-sha.
Yeah. So as we said, the Stomping Grounds episode, they've acknowledged in canon that Seth and Becky are a couple.
Yes.
And so they're backstage talking to one of the interchangeable backstage reporters, and Maria Kanellis shows up and says that she can kick Becky's ass, and then her husband Mike can kick Seth's ass. Her husband Mike, whom she refers to as her bitch, because the thing is that he took her last name. They make a point of bringing this up every time. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I think they think it's a bigger deal than maybe that is, but regardless,
that screams Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah.
That's got Vince's fucking hands all over that one.
He took her name.
How ridiculous! Can you imagine?
What a beta!
Even my kids took my name.
Hi, Beach. How
So-
you doing?
Just thought I'd jump in there about 7 minutes in.
So they go out there and they have the match, and Mike does not do well against Seth, and then Becky's about to attack Maria with I think a chair
I think so. Yeah.
or something, a chair or a kendo stick or something, and Maria goes, "No, stop! I'm pregnant."
Yeah.
And Becky's like, "What? Hold on, what?"
Yeah.
And like goes, "Okay, I guess I won't." And so she attacks Mike.
Yeah.
And then eventually, the match is over, and because Mike is like, "Oh my God, honey, you're pregnant? What?
Oh my God, we don't talk at all.
Oh my God, what?" And so
I don't talk to my wife ever.
And then they obviously Mike and Maria lose, and then Maria's like, I'm amazed you got me pregnant at all. You're so little of a man. If I want another kid, I should have asked Becky, because then she could get me pregnant, because she's the man. This is very strange. It was very not a good promo.
Don't like it. Didn't like it.
Yeah. Weird. Strange commentary notes from that episode.
Yeah.
One note, they're talking up the Viking Raiders so much, saying they could be tag team champions anywhere they want in the world, but they decided to come here, implying that there are other places, and the WWE is the place that you want to be.
Yeah.
As opposed to previously where it's been like
Not
the other
acknowledging.
places are in the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Weird one, during the Strowman-Lashley match, Corey Graves says, "This is like watching live-action Godzilla," unlike all those animated Godzilla movies that we're so familiar with. I assume he meant not in a suit? It was a weird thing to say.
Also, I want to briefly touch on it just because people are going to ask.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't really watched AEW that much.
No.
I watched Fyter Fest.
Oh, yeah.
From beginning to end. It was fun. I liked it.
Sweet.
John Moxley and Joey Janela had the main event, and it was fucking wild.
Yeah.
There was a point where John Moxley took off Joey Janela's boots and his socks, and then Atomic dropped him onto some thumbtacks. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
All right.
It was wild.
Sure.
But yeah, it was like, oh, the PG era is dead. But Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was like it was wild. It was just like I wouldn't want to watch like every wrestling show. I don't like barbed wire. I don't like thumbtacks. They
That's
make me
fair.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I don't like it. Glass, like you know what I mean?
Oh,
you
glass,
see people
no.
go through like the fluorescent tubes,
Light tubes? No.
Yeah, ugh, makes me sick to my stomach. Can't watch it.
I don't mind like tacks and stuff because it's like, okay, I know that looks worse than it necessarily feels, even
Still
though
fucking hurt.
even though it also sucks. But the one where it's like, I'm gonna put this guy in a headlock and then just jam a fork into his forehead repeatedly is like that. It doesn't even look impressive.
One of
It
my
just-
worst fears is
Ugh.
like one day I get mugged and someone puts me in a headlock and then just rubs a cheese grater on my fucking face.
Oh, God, the cheese grater thing. I don't know why they use that either.
Or a stapler. The staple gun thing?
The staple at least looks impressive because you can like staple a piece of paper to someone and then it's like flapping around. But like the cheese grater, you just this is a thing that people have done.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't hurt to get a staple in your head.
Really?
The fuck? What?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Have you received staples to your head?
Yes.
Like
purpose?
medical staples?
No.
Or, really?
Yeah. It doesn't hurt to have a staple put into your head, apparently. Like, I mean, to me, it didn't hurt when it happened. A lot of adrenaline rush when it happens, but it didn't hurt at all.
All right. Well,
I'm just trying to say I'm
Tune
more
in
extreme
for
than
the
you
next
guys.
Sidewalk
Like,
Slam
I guess
where
so. All right.
me and Beej are just going to trade staple shots to the head.
When we put together our promotion, I guess Beach is the hardcore champion.
I used to do improv on mousetraps.
Oh yeah.
What the
Blindfolds.
You fill the stage with mouse traps. You take your shoes and socks off, and then you put on blindfolds, and then you do improv while walking around on a stage of mouse traps.
What the fuck? What? Why?
Extreme.
Because the audience loves it.
They do. They love it.
How bad does it hurt?
It hurts a lot.
Yeah. Fuck, man. How bad are do your feet get all banged up?
Not really, no. But it hurts like initially when you get hit. Like, it doesn't like break your.
That's the kind of stuff that sticks with you forever, though.
Yeah, well, and now this will stick with you.
Wow. I didn't know Beej was a masochist. That's wild.
like the Mike, whatever his name is, the dude who apparently likes his wife to shame him in public.
Mike
Mike
Kanellis.
Kanellis,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I kind of wish they just keep their kink out of everyone else's life.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like pregnancy.
She's
Why does wrestling always want to do pregnancy angles? Why?
So she's actually pregnant.
Yeah, I don't care.
Am I pregnant? Help?
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
It's like I don't even care if you're actually pregnant.
People were giving them crap. Well, people were giving them props and crap because so the Canelli got they were rehired by WWE a couple years ago, and it's like they got rehired or hired actually because I don't even think Mike had worked there before, but Maria.
No, I thought he had. No,
Maybe?
Maria had.
Maria worked there way
Yeah,
back.
Mike was in TNA, right?
Yeah.
like forever. Yeah.
So
The Canelo.
they got hired, debuted,
yeah.
and then
With
almost
a banger theme song.
and then immediately we're like, Mike has to go into rehab because he has drug addiction problems.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? Why? Yeah, WWE, can you pay for the rehab? And they're like, oh, well, yeah, of course. We'll do that for everybody. Why is he going to rehab? Well, because I'm pregnant. Oh. You just signed a... Okay, sure. All right, fine. So they were off TV.
Mm-hmm.
Maria had a kid. Mike got better because he was like, shit, I got to kick drugs because Maria's going to have a child. And apparently he's great now, so good for him. Props to you. Came back, sort of dirtling around on 205 Live for a bit. They were teasing on social media, being like, we're back now, and they're not really using us for anything. And I understand there's this other promotion, so, and our contracts are up soon. I'm just saying. They re-signed WWE for their contract, and then Maria was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm pregnant again."
It's a really exciting time to get a contract, I guess.
Yeah.
Maria's just like, oh.
So the thing is, whether or not that because like then there's this whole discourse about like, is that a dick move? Like, no, whatever. F WWE. You got to play. If you're an independent contractor, you got to play it like that. Well, still professional courtesy. Maria was like, I didn't even know when we re-signed. This wasn't meant to be a thing like this. Whatever. The point is, I guess this was them being like, well, all right, let's use them on Raw while we can. I guess. So, yeah, that's why Marie didn't actually get involved in the match, because she is actually pregnant, and I assume Mike will be back on main event doing whatever.
Because wrestling has like a history, long history of doing pregnancy angles, but the person is not pregnant. So it's like they're fucking painting themselves into a corner, and they always like fall off a set of ring steps or some shit, and they're like, well, she lost the baby. It's like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they have to.
That's grotesque.
Yeah. The Attitude Era, everyone's favorite wrestling era, Beach.
Jesus.
The other thing that happened on WWE TV that I saw was the return of a little-known free agent by the name of The Undertaker.
Fuck, you got me. Oh, damn it. I was like, who is this? Yeah, damn it, Graham.
Got him. So, after the match at Stomping Grounds with Shane and Drew versus Roman Reigns, they're still fighting on Monday Night Raw, and The Undertaker shows up.
Yeah.
And you made the observation that...
Oh, we're glad that they have shared custody of the yard.
Shared custody of the yard.
Yeah.
Did you see they made a T-shirt for their tag team?
No.
You didn't see this?
No.
The Graveyard Dogs.
Ah, it's so bad. Oh, I don't like that. And it's like a zombie dog. It's like, brr.
Yeah, because it's like, you know.
Does it have the hat?
I can't remember.
Fuck.
But
Okay,
yeah.
I'm in if it has the hat. If it has the Undertaker hat on the Roman Reigns dog, but the dog is a zombie.
That would be kind of dope, actually.
I'm strapped in. Let's go.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they're basically Undertaker came back, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna have a match at Extreme Rules, and it's gonna be Shane and Drew versus Roman and the Undertaker.
Yeah. And Undertaker didn't even really explain why he was coming for Shane's soul.
He just said, "This is the only thing that really pissed me off about this."
Yeah.
How do Undertaker promos always go?
Okay, he shows up.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking 30-minute entrance.
Yeah.
And then he talks about how he's digging holes for souls.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's pretty much it.
And then what does he finish his promos
Rest
with?
in peace.
Yeah, he says, "You will rest in peace."
Yeah.
So he's cutting this promo on Shane and Drew.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm not doing this for Roman Reigns, and I'm here to judge you, and you know, I'm here to take your souls.
Yeah.
And when I have taken your soul, you will never rest in peace." And it's like, what? Hold the fuck up.
Wait a second.
Every other time you've done a promo,
Yeah.
the threat is that they will rest in peace.
But now he's...
But now you're saying, now the threat is that you won't rest in peace.
Yeah.
Which is it, Mark?
Mark.
He sounded like he was having a little difficulty with that promo. I'm not going to lie.
Because, like, okay.
But
so
yeah,
in the greater canon of The Undertaker.
His motivation is unclear.
Yeah, so in the greater canon of The Undertaker, before he would take the souls, but he's keeping them in a place where they can live out eternity kind of happy. I guess he's kind of putting them in purgatory, right?
Sure.
Like, let's say that, okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to get a baseline.
All right.
So now he's saying, I'm going to steal your soul, but you're not going to rest in peace, implying that The Undertaker is going to be torturing them for existence. So maybe that's worse.
Yeah, that would be worse.
Do you want to be either in Undertaker's soul shoebox or Undertaker's soul Saw movie?
I don't know why he's so mad at Shane, though.
Well, remember him and Shane had the problems back in the day?
Yeah, but like Drew, he barely has interacted with ever.
Yeah, but Drew is just part of Shane. They're like the same person. Basically.
Drew is Shane's stand.
Yes. I know that now.
Yeah.
I get that reference. Yes. I love
that
anime.
tracks, right, Beach?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I don't watch wrestling, but yes.
Because, like, how does the stand work, okay? So the stand is like, it's a projection of them, right? It's like their fucking super phantom power.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to think about that.
This is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference for anyone desperately trying to keep up.
Yeah, if you like wrestling, you'll probably also like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I need to sit down and watch it.
Yeah?
Everyone I talk to is like, you should watch JoJo.
Yeah.
But where was I going with this? I think so the whole plan was, I think, because I talked about this with you and what I've heard, I'd say like that, like I have some kind of insider scoop. I don't.
Right.
That's what I read on the internet, is that Drew is Undertaker's opponent for SummerSlam.
Okay, I could see that.
which is like, if Drew doesn't win that match,
Yeah.
I fucking quit. Okay?
Because we talked about his singles pay-per-view record.
If Drew does not beat The Undertaker at SummerSlam, I'm fucking done.
With what?
Just Drew.
Just Drew.
Just done.
I just
Yeah,
done.
all right,
I don't know,
fair
dude.
enough.
It's just like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous.
We should probably talk about this pay-per-view.
I was
going
gonna
to
say it's been 20 minutes. Live from the Wells Fargo Center in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is Extreme Rules 2019, brought to you by WWE Universe, some terrible-looking mobile app.
Oh, yeah.
Ha-sha-sha.
Hey, I should have kept track, but I was like, man, I wonder what the over-under on is the number of ECW chants that'll happen.
I only noticed 2.
I noticed 2, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed one when something fairly extreme happened and one when Paul came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fairly extreme. Well, it's fairly
It's
extreme.
fairly extreme. Hey, there was a pre-show match.
Yeah, there's 2.
I don't recall what the first one was. Let me look it up.
Nakamura and...
Well, that's what I was going to say. They found Finn Balor.
yeah.
I don't know where he'd been recently. Buried under the wild card rule, I think. Mm-hmm. I hate the wild card rule.
It's dumb.
Yeah, Finn Balor, the Intercontinental Champion.
Yep.
Just hadn't been around recently. Just hadn't been seen on TV. Then they were like, oh, we have another championship. Quick, get him on the show. Oh, on the main card? Nope.
Oh, no.
No, on to the pre-show with you
Yeah.
against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
Why? Storyline? Who knows?
Who cares? It was announced like 2 hours before the actual pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was announced Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Who won? Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Why? Great. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I bet it was... I didn't watch it.
I caught like the last half of it. It was fine.
Neat.
With no story, man. Like Shinsuke, I feel like Shinsuke is the type of wrestler that thrives off of having like a story. And
Even though the match that we always recommend people watch was Shinsuke with no story.
yeah. But I feel like Shinsuke does better with like...
Also, Drew Gulak defended his Cruiserweight Championship against Tony Nese.
Yeah.
Also on the pre-show.
Yeah, Drew Gulak.
Yeah.
There's a "Let's go Gulak" chant. Hell yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
Drew Gulak won.
So the show opens with that Undertaker match we were talking about.
Yep.
Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre for a match. What's at stake here?
Nothing. Pride.
Pride. But
Wins
like
and losses.
Yeah, I know, but like
But yeah, there's nothing like, there's no stipulation.
nobody has motivation in this feud.
Well, Shane's the best in the world. And
Did
Drew-
you notice, by the way,
Yeah.
that they said Shane McMahon, who proclaims himself best of the world by winning a World Cup event that happened last year? They were just like, because the World Cup thing was at Crown Jewel,
Yeah.
one of the Saudi Arabia shows. But they were like, he won it at an event that happened.
Sure happened. Yeah.
That's weird though. That's part of the promotion, isn't it?
They always say the
They
name of the
gaslight
pay-per-view.
themselves all the time.
No, but they always say that. They
yeah.
always name drop.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
always
sorry.
like,
No, yeah, I'm
so
wrong.
and so won this title at this named event. They
Yeah.
always say the names of the events.
Yeah.
To be non-specific is very unusual for them.
Yeah.
So that was
Almost
obviously
like-
intentional. Almost like they don't want to talk about it.
They're embarrassed about it. Yeah. Weird.
I don't think they're embarrassed. I think they just don't want to talk about it because they know people will get mad at them.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of like when a child knows that
Yeah.
when it does something wrong, we all get mad at it. We're like,
So-
stop being a child.
Shane talks about how he's the best in the world.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns
The big dog.
doesn't
baby.
care, right? Does Roman give a shit that Shane is like, I'm the best in the world? Isn't Roman just like, okay, buddy?
Not like what they're doing with Kevin Owens lately. It's not the same. Like, Roman doesn't have the same. I think Roman just has the. I mean, this is the beef from when Roman showed up on SmackDown and then
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. It's just like, yeah, I don't think Roman. I mean, Roman probably doesn't like the fact that Shane calls himself the best in the world.
I just feel like if Roman, Shane, and Drew were like, wait a minute, Why are we fighting again?
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of wrestling though.
I know. It's just
it's like 90% of wrestling.
let's say my investment in this storyline is minimal.
Yeah. I don't know, it's fine. They just wanted to get Undertaker. Undertaker has a number of appearances per year, Graham, and they needed to get that in because it's already July.
They even said, like, at the end of this match, which of course Undertaker got the pinfall on Shane by giving him a tombstone pile driver, they were like, who knows how much longer we'll be able to see the Undertaker do this. You know, they were like...
He looked good, though. I was actually really happy with just, like, it wasn't the... I still haven't watched that Goldberg-Undertaker match, and I don't think I ever will.
I don't intend to. I hear it was dire.
But, yeah, it's nice to see Taker be able to move around and stuff like that still, you know? There was some, like, fun stuff throughout this match. Like, Shane got the jump-off stuff, which is just always fun to watch.
Random Elias running.
Yeah, Elias. Well, he's, like, part of, like, Shane's, like, little posse, right?
Yeah.
And he hit Undertaker with a guitar. And then Shane did the coast to coast on Undertaker with like the garbage can. In front of it.
English speaking announce table down.
Yeah,
that's
already
Mark 1 on announce table casualties over the course of the night.
Yeah,
and then after the match.
Sorry, one more thing. There was a brilliant shot of Taker doing like it was like the hard cam. And Taker was doing the throat slash, and then while he was doing the throat slash, fucking Drew McIntyre just like, boop, like rose up behind him, like, oh, jeez.
That was good, yeah.
It was great.
And then after the match, Roman and Taker sort of face off in the ring, and then Taker, like, I don't know how to describe it. He, like, gives Roman a slap on the chest that's like, I respect you kind of. It's hard to describe. He does like a I don't know. He slaps his pec and it comes across as a show of respect. He respects him. I can't adequately describe it. It sounds weird if I say he slaps him on the chest and they're like, great. The
pack leader acknowledges one of the lesser dogs.
But why does Undertaker, as the biggest dog,
simply not
simply eat all the other dogs in the yard?
It's true, because I mean, like in canon, Undertaker is the most powerful being in the WWE universe. Not even close.
Yep.
Well, maybe Brock Lesnar's up there. In the pantheon, like
Brock Lesnar is merely mortal, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Brock Lesnar doesn't even get a special subtitle graphic for his name. Like when Undertaker comes in, he doesn't get the like show branding. It's just the Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
You know who else gets those though?
Who?
Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
And Aleister Black.
Yeah. Yeah, Aleister Black gets the weird, creepy writing.
Like runes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple other people get things like that too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So is that the what's the word I'm looking for? The like does it show how powerful they are? Like in the canon? Like you know what I mean? Like if they get their own graphics, like outside of the normal show graphics?
I think so. I think that means you're special.
Okay.
Yeah. It probably adds a modifier. Damage modifier.
Yeah.
Backstage, hey, how about a weird backstage segment? You were telling me about this earlier.
Oh yeah,
where
this
people
sucked.
don't talk like human beings. So
they don't talk like human beings.
Seth and Becky are being interviewed backstage.
Nobody talks like this.
And they're like, Seth's like, well, we were, walking around Philadelphia, not like on a date or anything, because, the man isn't into romantic stuff like that. But we were going, we're looking around this fine city, the city of Philadelphia, cheering, because we're in Pennsylvania, yay! And there's the Liberty Bell, and I noticed the Liberty Bell has a big old crack in it, just like the crack I'm going to put in Baron Corbin's skull later tonight.
That's a word for word of that promo.
Yeah.
Graham's not even doing it for like comedic effect. He's just saying like, yep, there's the Liberty Bell. Hey, there's a crack in it, Becky. I'm like, yep. Yeah, just like the crack I'm going to put in Baron Corbin's skull.
And then Becky's like, and then there's all these statues too. And I was thinking, if they make a statue of Lacey Evans, it would end up just like what I'm going to do to them tonight. It'll be covered, or it'll end up just like her career, covered in pigeon crap.
Yeah. And fucking Vince is like, ha ha ha! I love it. Pigeon crap. That's funny. It's like, fuck, man. That had Vince's fucking fingerprints all over it.
Oh yeah.
The fucking Becky doesn't like romance. Like,
oh yeah.
It's like you can still be tough and like romance. Like it doesn't. It's like, what's tough anyway? WWE, fucking come on, join us in 2019. It's nice here.
It is. Give it a shot.
Good Lord.
People, this is what I want to say to Vince. Like if I was ever in, it's like you get
One question.
you get to sit down with him. No, I just want to be like, look, people watched Game of Thrones for 8 years.
Yeah.
Right? People watched the Marvel superhero movies for 10 years.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't try to be Game of Thrones or be Marvel, because I know that's what you're thinking. I know that's the first thing you're thinking, Vince.
That fucking hamster is just like
Yeah. Don't do Monday Night Raw does Game of Thrones. But the point is, audiences will watch and tolerate and seek out and enjoy long-term storytelling.
Yeah.
You can do that. Come to the present. It
Yeah,
works.
It works. It's crazy. It's just like you see him, this twinkle in his eye when you mention Game of Thrones. Like, no.
Yeah. You stop it. We have a Raw Tag Team Championship match next.
Yep.
The Revival
Yep.
defending their titles against the Usos.
Yep. No story, just a good tag match.
Yeah.
This was just good. The Revival are the best team. I would argue Revival might be the best team on the planet.
They're just
And
top
I know
guys.
there's lots of stuff in AEW that are comparable, like the Young Bucks or Lucha Bros, or I think there's a couple other teams, or SoCal Uncensored. That's like Christopher Daniels stable. But I just like the Revival, man. They just do all the like really shitty old school heel stuff that nobody does anymore, and I just love
good.
it.
It's so
Love
good.
it. They're good. They're great.
Yeah.
They hold on. I like it. Was it them tweeting about like the rules, the tag rules that nobody follows? And they're like, yeah, you got to hold on to that rope. There's a rope in the corner. And if you're not holding on to it, you can't tag your partner. Like, yeah, they do all that stuff. And they use it creatively, like to kind of like cheat. And
It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
They're so good. And the Usos are great too, and it was awesome. And yeah. But yeah, this match was great, and the Revival retain.
yeah.
And yeah. I did see a funny comment because they have their shorts say top guys.
Yes.
Because they're the top guys, and they did a T-shirt that's top guys, just top guys doing top guy things. And one of the comments on the subreddit was like, "They don't have anyone gay in their marketing department, do they?"
I didn't even think about that.
No, neither did I.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, they're top guys, right?
Yeah.
They're the top guys.
Yeah, they're the top guys.
Top guys doing top guy things.
They're top guys, both. Of them.
That's funny as
They're just
hell.
two top guys.
Yeah.
Next match.
Yeah.
Holy moly, Aleister Black
Yeah.
versus Cesaro.
Okay, so leading up to this,
Yeah.
Aleister Black was cutting a bunch of promos about him sitting in a room, and he's like, "Somebody come and fight me," and then he's like saying it like that. He's like, "Somebody needs to come and fight me," and then for weeks he was like, "Somebody come and fight me," and then I thought that the fucking door was gonna fight. I was hoping, because he kept talking about the door. Someone needs to come to the door. Extreme Rules. He was just gonna have a match against a door. Which would have been fucking awful
like-
and ruined his career, but
Ding
at the
dong.
same time,
Girl
I'd be
vibes.
like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so he cut all these promos, and then finally someone shows up. It's Cesaro, who I guess, did Sheamus retire?
I don't know.
Sheamus has been like,
Sheamus is not around and may not. He hasn't retired, but he's out. I think either like injured or making sure he doesn't get injured, and may not be able to come back.
yeah, that's what I heard too.
Like it's one of those like,
just like
long
compound
running,
compound injuries like neck or whatever. It's like the same thing that happened to Edge, right?
It's the same thing.
the same
yeah.
thing that happened to Edge. Okay,
Yeah.
well that sucks.
So they're
I was
hoping
really coming around on Sheamus.
they're hoping that he still has some run in him. But
I remember when I first came back because of this show, and like Sheamus was like just like a normal heel, kind of like, remember when he feuded with Roman when they were trying to get Roman?
Oh,
remember when Sheamus cashed in on Roman?
Yeah.
and there's that whole thing. But then they had that cool best of 7 with Cesaro, which was awesome, and then they became a tag team, and I was like, oh, Sheamus ain't that bad.
yeah, I
I missed all that stuff.
I like League of Nations too. It's when Sheamus debuted.
Oh, the League of Nations.
Yeah, League of Nations
I
was
forgot
sweet.
about the League of Nations.
It was great. I
Huh.
loved the League of Nations, and
Yeah.
then Roman beat them all. It was I didn't like when Sheamus debuted, and he was like, I'm like a giant leprechaun with muscles, heart-atar, and then won the championship, and people were like, what the fuck? Like it was just
leprechaun with muscles.
he was just like, "What's your character?" "I'm really pale and I'm deeply Irish, but I've got nice pecs."
Fella.
Yeah, fella. This match, Cesaro's great, by the way.
Cesaro's
And
so
people have known that Cesaro's great for a long time because he's a very, very good worker. And so I was just like, man, Cesaro versus Aleister Black? This is going to be a sweet match.
They kicked the piss out of each
And
other.
it was.
Yeah.
They did the thing that we like, where the Aleister Black focused on the one body part of Cesaro and kept working it the whole match. And the commentators were like, hey, look what he's doing. He's doing that thing where he focuses on a body part. And it was relevant and had consequences in the match.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh,
I love it when
look,
they
it's
do
so
that.
ezy.
They do that, and it's like he goes to do a move, and he's like, my leg. You know what I mean? Like he goes to lift up Aleister Black, and he's like, the leg that he's been kicking the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, ooh, give me more of that.
Yeah.
Yes. Aleister Black hits the black mass, and Cesaro fucking dies. His soul leaves his body.
Oh, yeah, you do see his soul leave his body.
It's
That's
like,
true.
they show it in slow motion, too. Like, Cesaro gets hit, and he's just like... like, just fucking dead. It's amazing. Yeah.
If you ever wanted to see what it looks like when your soul leaves your body, there's that. Yeah.
Replay that one, man.
I'm sorry. I thought we'd finish the match. My bad. Aleister
No.
Black wins this match, but it is.
I
by
mean, he
no
had
means-
to win it, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that would be like
Come and fight
typical
me.
WWE. It would be like, somebody needs to show up to this door and fight me, and then like he finds someone's like, I'll fight you, and then he's like, all right, let's do this, and then he just loses. It's like, fuck. Like,
Fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me. Okay, no, not like that.
that hurts.
Yeah. Ow.
Everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
I'm a
right?
genius.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no. So yeah, Aleister Black wins. It's great. It's like Cesaro does not look any worse.
No.
Through this loss, it's awesome. R-Truth is backstage with Carmella. They're putting up wanted posters for Drake Maverick.
Why is this the best thing they're doing right now?
I don't know.
Doesn't it make you mad? Like, doesn't it make you just a little bit mad? It's like it shouldn't be good, but it is. Because I think it's just because R-Truth is so good.
Yeah.
Like criminally underrated, right?
Yeah, Drake Maverick's been great too.
Yeah.
They're
But,
feuding
like-
over the 24/7 championship,
But
right?
R-Truth, just like,
My God, it's so good.
what a trooper.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they just give him all this stuff, and he's like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, you know, that was my R-Truth impression. It's not that great.
It's no Vince. Your Vince is way better.
But yeah, they. I just feel like he's the type of guy that they're like, Truth, we want you to do this. And he's like, okay. Like, he just says okay, and then he makes it work, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the impression I get. But
So they're backstage looking for Drake Maverick because he got the title from Truth on Monday Night Raw and then ran away on his honeymoon.
yeah.
So he tweeted, I saw this on the subreddit. They tweeted an amazing picture of they're at like I don't know where they were, at like Universal Studios or something, and there's like the Jaws area where there's like a big like fake shark
Yeah.
like hanging up on like a dock, and you can take pictures with like, look, it's Jaws or whatever. And so his wife is standing there.
Jaws or whatever.
His wife is standing there, and he's standing there, and he's got his arms up in the air, and he's holding the title in his left hand such that it completely obscures her face. Because the whole thing has been like his wife is mad that he's taking the 24/7 title more seriously than their new marriage.
Yeah.
And it's just this picture was just beautifully framed. It was great.
For an idea that I initially wrote off as dumb,
Yeah.
they have done wonderfully with it. Sometimes they can do right, like they can do good stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, well, I mean, I think we, of most people, are like pro WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As much guff as we give them, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But I think we're way better than a lot of people, right? Like, I have my problems, but anyway, I just feel like I wrote this off as dumb, and I was like, this is never gonna work because I know
You're more
what they're
forgiving
like.
of the stuff that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like I just didn't.
I was
think
trying to parse what you were saying. I was like, well, I think I'm better than most people. Yeah. Oh, you mean about this? Yes.
Yeah, but like the 24/7 title is like, well, that's dumb. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm
They're
glad
gonna ruin
they-
that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here we go. Yeah.
I mean, that's should be our default state, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to ruin that, and we're like, yeah, then we're never disappointed, right?
Yeah.
But and then we sometimes we get pleasantly just surprised. I keep telling. I've had
I
to
don't know.
explain.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
they definitely are doing Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville as a couple.
Okay.
That happened on SmackDown. Like that actually, that like in canon, that like a thing had like they had a match and then they like
Smooch.
had like a moment after the match, and I was like, oh, holy crap, they're actually doing it. And people were, because OSW has that video. BG mentioned you watch it. The like lesbian pollen video
yeah,
where they're
Jesus.
where they like tease really skeevily with like, we're gonna make these two chicks make out. And so people were like tweeting that clip to Jay Hunter, being like, look, it's more lesbian pollen. And I was like, no, they've been laying the groundwork for this storyline for months.
Yeah.
And they're still gonna ruin it somehow. I don't know where it's gone since then, but I was like, aha,
lesbians. Yeah.
Do they just show them kind of like doing like home stuff? Like they're both sharing a locker room and they're like, all right, I gotta get ready for okay, I gotta see you later. A quick kiss and they're
That
at the
would be
door.
good.
That would be great.
That'd be awesome.
The kind
They're
of
not
thing you
gonna
do
do
at
that.
home with your spouse.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
They do stuff like
We'll see where it goes. It's impossible to see storyline development with anybody on these brands right now with the wild card rule because it's only the same 8 people.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating.
they're
that
just
they
going
had
to
that
show
moment.
how 2 lesbians watch TV at a weird angle.
Yep.
That's what they're going to show.
Just like everybody
Just
else.
like every other lesbians or anybody else.
Just like any wrestler. Speaking of 2 women who are not in a relationship, however, we have Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, who are very good friends, you understand. They come out of the women's locker room into this moment with R-Truth and Carmella.
Yeah.
And Truth is like, hey, have you seen Drake Maverick? And they're like, yeah, he's in there. Sure. And he's like, great, thank you. And he goes to go into the women's locker room and Carmella's like, nope, come on. Let's go. So anyway, Nikki and Alexa are there because they have a match.
Yeah.
They have a 2-on-1 handicap match against Bayley for the SmackDown women's title.
Yes.
And if they win, they will become the co-champion.
Dude, where's Charlotte been? Now that I'm thinking about it.
She's been tranquilo.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. She's hanging out with Andrade, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Okay. I was just like,
Off
realized-
TV, which is great, honestly.
Yeah.
We need some,
Nice. We
much
need more
like
breaks.
much like Super Cena, we need like some time away from Charlotte.
Everybody, like they need to do like a rotation of like
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry.
so Alexa gives her a present.
Yeah.
He's like, I got you this little present, opens it up, and it's an Alexa Bliss t-shirt, but like all hacked up the way that Nikki's shirts are hacked up. And she's like, oh, it's in my style. It's great. Yay. And, then the Street Profits, like I said, wander in and they're like, hey, ladies, what's up? When you win later, where the party at? Because we want to be at the party.
Yeah.
And
That Solo Cup.
yeah, it was. They're like, when you become champion later, where the party at? And they're like, no. And Alexa says, no. If I win, co-champions.
Yeah.
And they're like, huh. Nikki, do you actually believe her when she says that? And Nikki's like, yes. And they just laugh. They're like, okay.
Oh, I really
All
want
right.
to party. I really want to party with them. That's what they say after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone, they're like us.
No,
You
he
know what I
said
mean?
no.
Like-
He says, is it weird? I really want to party with Nikki.
Oh yeah. So it's like and it's like they're asking the questions that the audience is asking. Right?
Yeah.
Like we're just like, wait a second.
It's like, Nikki,
You
you
don't
don't
actually
believe
believe her.
this, right?
Like yeah.
Nikki Cross, by the way, whose character has shifted from her time in Sanity in NXT, from absolute unhinged banshee to just kind of a goofball who's not totally aware of her surroundings.
Like
She's
a
just like,
female Dean Ambrose.
yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm happy to be here, I think. Where am I? Oh, I'm doing my entrance. Great.
Yeah.
I'll get to the ring. Rather than before where she was like a snarling beast.
Yeah.
So
she's
it's
just kinda like, I don't really like it, but
no, I don't like it either. 'cause
again, I think they're trying to do something
They're
different.
making her look stupid,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like no one should trust Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Anyone with access to the WWE network should not trust Alexa Bliss.
You watch this
Name one friend Alexa has not turned on. You can't.
show? Anyway, moving forward.
Yeah. The match is good, and the important part of the match, storytelling wise, is that unlike at Stomping Grounds, where Alexa thrust Nikki in the way of a move so that Alexa would not get hit by something.
Yes.
And we were like, see? Alexa is on Nikki's side the whole time.
Yes.
And they lose.
Yeah. Clean.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Yeah, I still hate the fact that 2 wrestlers should never lose to 1. Right?
That is silly.
It's dumb. Doesn't make any sense. It's like 2 people. That's 2 full health bars that you got to get through compared to the 1.
2
right?
health bars, yeah.
And I don't think that Bayley's wrestler score is that much higher. It's not like Alexa and Nikki Cross are like a pair of 45s and Bayley's a 98.
Right.
Right?
We're talking like the video game scores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the video score. Like I'm not saying that Bayley is like equal to 2 people, right? Alexa's probably like an 85. Nikki's probably like an 80.
Yeah.
Bayley's probably like an 88. So
Does she just use more rolling dodges? That's how that works.
yeah. Yep, that's exactly how it works.
Like Dark Souls.
Like
Yeah.
Dark
Are
Souls,
you
she
saying
just
that
rolls
Bayley
it.
abuses iframes?
Yeah, pretty much.
That would make a lot of
Sick.
sense, actually.
Wow, what a call. Okay. All right, Beach.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, Beach hates Bayley. Yeah, so like, there's a great moment though in this match where Bayley has Nikki Cross in like a leg death lock or whatever,
Yeah.
and then Alexa Bliss goes to like double stomp, and then Bayley sits up and like dodges it and like puts her in a headlock and has both of them.
yeah, she
in,
has
like,
both of them in different submission moves.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
That's
it
awesome.
obviously doesn't last long because you can only maintain that for so long. But
Yeah. Yeah, and Bayley wins after she does like the big elbow onto Nikki. And then she celebrates, and Nikki and Alexa console each other.
And that's
And
it.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see a video package for our next match, which is now recovered from having gone through the LED monitor at Monday Night Raw. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley are having a last man standing match.
Yeah. I hate last man standing matches.
Really?
Close second to cage matches for my least favorite.
Wow.
Because like last man standing matches don't make any sense.
Oh,
They're
I
slow.
love it. I can't wait to hear
They're
this.
slow and they're stupid, right? Like it's just like, it makes sense, I guess, and that the rules are there, like, you know what I mean? But like it's like you hit a guy and then you gotta wait for like 8 seconds while you watch around. There's like no drama because it's like unless that person is getting thrown off something very high or put through something that has a lot of pyro attached to it, you know that they're getting up. It's not like Braun Strowman's gonna punch Bobby Lashley in the mouth and then Bobby's just gonna be like, and then they're going to count to 10, right? You just know when the ending's coming.
For the benefit of anyone unfamiliar with a last man standing match,
Yeah.
do you know what this is?
No.
You're inferring from context, I'm
I don't.
sure.
I have to confess I have the Extreme Rules event listing here on Wikipedia, so I can kind of follow along with what you're talking about. But they don't explain what this is.
So a last man standing match it's a no DQ match. The only way to win is by incapacitating your opponent to the point that they cannot stand up by a referee's 10 count.
That's a boxing match.
No,
That's a knockout.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Well, we've also had someone. I think was it John Cena? We had someone duct tape someone's legs to the bottom rope. They couldn't stand up.
Checkmate, atheists. Like, yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
hell.
there've been some creative uses of it over the years.
Yeah.
Handcuffs, I think.
Yeah.
Can you not then just like hold a person down on the mat while they're wriggling around?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
do that.
you could.
But they don't because
No,
that's a 10 count.
Because
then.
wrestlers are fucking stupid.
Oh, I
Paige.
see.
And if I'm pinning that person down, that means I'm down too.
But you're on top of them.
Doesn't matter. You got to be standing.
So you can't
Last
just
man
stand on a
standing,
dude.
Beej. It's
Right.
not last man pinning the other person to the ground for 10 seconds.
Because if you sit on top of a dude, you're unstable. They're just gonna knock you over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Top heavy.
How long does it take them to get out of the ring in this match? Like almost immediately?
Oh yeah, this is the Triple H style of match where they
Yeah.
just like brawl the outside, brother. It's like, yeah, bing bang boom, you hit me outside. We go into the crowd.
They meander all around. They go over the barricade. They go up the stairs into the concession area. They're out in the hallway. Strowman throws Lashley into a big like "excuse our mess" sign because they're putting in a new concession
Bless this
stand.
mess.
Yeah, they go back down. They
End up in somebody's living room. What?
well, so I mean, they go back down into the arena.
Do you remember? That just reminded me. Sorry, this is Tangent City. Okay.
Wow, what?
Do you remember there was that old WCW commercial where Sting beats up that kid in the living room?
You ready to wrestle?
You bet!
Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna link it.
It was an ad for the magazine, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, it was a WCW magazine, and that's like the kid was like in his living room, like whatever, Sting, and then Sting just like picks him up and like but like fucking throws him into a mirror. Like it's just like what? It's like yeah. I just totally remind me. Yeah, in your living room.
They get. I thought this was, nice to spread the love around. They get thrown into the international announcers area.
Yeah.
So I think they went over at least the Japanese desk, but those guys never get their desks messed up. So that was
good.
That was
nice. About time.
Nice for them.
Yeah, it must be nice to just sit there and be able to do your job for 4 hours, right? With a table, huh?
So here's for reference, by the way, you could see in the camera angles here that there's the international announcers desk is at the back of the floor. There's like the ring and then like 5 rows of floor and then the international announcers desk on the side with the hard camera.
Yeah.
And you could see the people in the stands up behind them. When we were watching Stomping Grounds, that was it. The international announcers, there was nobody behind them.
Yeah.
Right. That's the
This
area
arena
that had
looked a
been
lot
tarped
more
off.
full. I don't know.
Oh yeah, this was
I think it's the Taker effect.
There were many more people there. Yeah.
Is the
Seats
Undertaker.
21,000 people.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's a lot more than.
Wait, there
Stomping
was
Grounds.
21,000 people in the arena?
It
or?
certainly seats 21,000 people,
Oh,
Hang on.
we don't know what
I can find
which
you.
is bigger than the Tacoma.
the
Dome
Taker
anyway,
effect
but
was in full swing.
just because the Taker's there, everyone's like, I got to get a ticket.
Yeah.
Ah.
Because we don't know how many times I mean I've seen Taker live.
Yeah.
At like WrestleMania, like the grandest stage of them all, Beej.
Yes.
The granddaddy of them all, the showcase of immortals.
That's the one. Yeah.
fucking.
The cavalcade of gods on earth.
Yep.
I'm trying to help here.
Yeah, you're helping.
A cornucopia of big beefy boys.
Fuck yeah, a cornucopia of headlocks.
That's good too.
Yeah. You're welcome, WWE.
They did not announce attendance for it. Interesting.
Interesting. If I keep saying interesting, that might fix the problem.
Right.
Interesting.
Anyway, where does this go? They keep just beating the crap out of each other.
They end up-
Strowman threw a man at Lashley at one point.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny.
Was that a plant?
It
had to have
I
been.
assume it has to be
Because
There
they
was-
get fucking sued
They
if
were
they.
going up the stairs, and he like grabbed a guy out of the audience and was like, "You fight him."
Yeah.
And the guy went like, "Ah," and ran out of the way.
Would you sue Graham? Let's say if you're in the crowd,
Yeah.
you, Graham Stark, and then Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman come by, and Braun fucking grabs you and just throws you at Bobby Lashley. Would you be like, my neck? Would you do that one? Like,
It's
I
like
think I got whiplash.
like on the one hand,
Yep.
that would be a stupid thing, and it'd be one of those like really like just dumb lawsuits that because everyone will sue for anything ever.
Yeah.
And it would have been super fun to be involved or whatever, get on camera being like thrown around by Braun Strowman and everything. On the other hand, WWE is a big company with a lot of money, and I could have some of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
You do your best Wilhelm.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
Get that on camera.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't want to answer that question in case it ever comes up. I don't want them to be able to point to this and go, "You said you
said."
do it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Eventually, they get to one of the entrance tunnels.
Yeah.
They get to the stands above one of the entrance tunnels
Yeah.
that's been filled with stuff. It's been like
Ah,
blocked
yes.
off.
Yeah. WWE. It's like, oh, look at this. Look at this weird platform that is always here in this arena. Be a shame if somebody got slammed into it.
Guess what happens? Strowman picks Lashley up, and what is it? It's like just a
power slam.
Just a power slam.
Yeah.
Like off this thing, down through a bunch of detritus,
Yeah.
and into. So there's like a wall.
This part was great.
It's kind
actually.
of
This
cool.
was
There's,
brilliant.
like a wall where they blocked it off, and they went down through the top of this thing.
yeah.
And you can't really. You can just sort of see them moving back there, kind of, and the referee can't see in there.
Yeah,
so he's
which
like,
doesn't make any sense.
He can't
He
get an
starts
angle
counting.
on it.
He's
Like, I'm just going to assume they're lying down. starts counting. And
What I
then-
wanted is like him start counting to 10, and then they're both just standing in there like they couldn't get out. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, help! Someone send help!
out. And then at like 7 or something, Braun Strowman just like burst through the wall like the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah, he's like, oh no!
He's like, great, 8, 9, 10, I guess. Yeah, okay, cool. Strowman wins.
Oh, when they were leading, okay, a couple things on commentary at the
yeah.
beginning of this match. They were like,
That's where the ECW
Bobby
chant
Lashley
happened,
has
by the
been
way.
talking about how he's going to put Braun Strowman in the morgue. It's like, that's fucking, you can't just say that about somebody. That's a death threat.
I'm gonna literally kill you.
One of these days, you know what I want wrestling to do? Someone be cutting a promo like, I'm gonna put you in the morgue, and then the fucking police show up. They're like, yeah, you can't do that, man. They're like,
just threaten someone. You're on camera.
Yeah, please.
We consider that a credible death threat.
Yeah.
You're an angry man.
We take these seriously, Bobby Lashley. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he also said, and Bobby Lashley got on Twitter and said, after tonight, he's going to be gone, Strowman. Am I right, gamers? Like, it's like, no.
They really, that one landed like a dull thud. That was just.
Gone, Strowman.
Yeah. Gone Strowman went over like a lead balloon. That was not.
Lead balloon.
I think, was it Lance Storm, I think it was, who was like, boy, you know what'd be great is if they let wrestlers cut promos instead of just reading their tweets on air.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's true, right?
Because so much of it happens on social media, and they're like, well, we got to get this, it's like, oh, this person's great on social media. Cool, well, should we give them a mic and get them to like say this stuff as part of the show? No, let's just get Michael Cole to read it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Earlier
that
today
comes
on
up.
Twitter, so-and-so mused that, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Braun Strowman won.
That's
I
where
hope
the-
this feud's over. This feud's got to be over, right?
I don't even know what the point of it was to begin with.
I hope. Actually,
Were
the
they just
only
like,
next
we're
logical
large
step,
men, let's fight.
Let's dress them both up like monster trucks and just get them to fucking bash into each other. And then they fuck.
Just top men doing top men things. I guess one of them has to be Switch. I don't know. Who
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even think
I don't need to get into the weeds in that particular way.
You're like, nope.
No, I'm not.
I'm good.
That's where they had the ECW chant, by the way, is when they went off the thing.
Oh, yes.
And now
of
Strowman
course.
is your last monster standing.
Yeah.
Which was apparently a thing.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So what if Bobby Lashley had won?
Merely a man.
Merely a man.
Merely
last
a man, yeah.
standing.
Backstage, Charlie is interviewing AJ Styles with Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah.
The club. is
Yeah, they're
together.
back, baby. I love seeing them together.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
They do. AJ's such a dick.
He's great.
They do the too sweet. They like, let's too sweet it, and they like reach up really, really high, and they're like, come on, Charlie, you can, like you do the too sweet as well. And not only would she never be able to reach that high anyway, but when she's partway through trying, he just grabs her wrist and is like, come on. Yeah. And then leaves. I was like, gee, that's a little aggressive, AJ.
Yeah.
All right, calm down.
I love
yeah.
heel AJ. I like him way more than babyface AJ, right?
Oh yeah, he's really fun. So because that match is later, it's going to be him versus Ricochet for the U.S. title.
Yep,
it's happening later in the evening. Next up, however, is a triple threat SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. Yep. Daniel Bryan and Rowan defending against The New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods, and Tucker and Otis, Heavy Machinery.
Yep. The New Day cut a great promo on the pre-show where they were like stacked like a totem pole. And it was like Xavier on the bottom and then Big E in the middle and then Kofi on top, and they just cut the whole promo like that. And they were like, when they talked, their jaws hit the top of because they were resting on each other.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. It's funny as hell. And then they were like, nobody cuts a promo like a totem pole like us, baby. And they were like, yeah. It was really funny. Yeah. They look like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. That's
Yeah.
like one of the like bright spots.
I'm glad too, because this is one of those dumb matches.
Oh, the triple threat thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Graham hates this.
Well, it's even more silly when I think it's even more silly than the Fatal 4-Way when it's only a triple threat.
Yeah.
Because you need to have one team that's just standing at the side going, boy, I hope someone tags us in.
Yeah.
So, because they were, Daniel Bryan, I think it was Daniel Bryan, started, and Xavier Woods and Otis were in the ring, and Woods just sort of gestures to Otis like, come on, get out of the ring. And Otis is like, okay. Gets out of the ring. And it's like, no, what? No.
There's no DQ.
If you are one of those teams,
Yeah.
you're like, I want to start the match as one of the teams in the ring.
Yeah.
Because I might have to end it. Because right now, that was Otis being like, oh, okay, I guess if you win, I'll just be over here in the corner with my partner.
I have a question.
I don't want to go. Yes, go ahead. Sorry. I don't want to go too deep on complaining about this match type again.
If there's no DQ, what's stopping them from all just getting in the ring?
Yeah, Vince.
Doesn't make any sense. They even bring it up. At one point, Daniel Bryan has Xavier Woods in like a leg lock or like the surfboard, like he's on the ground, and then Daniel Bryan yells, "There's no DQ!" and then like starts clawing Xavier's face. He yells, "There's no DQ!" and just goes.
Was that him just realizing it?
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. He said, "There's no DQ!" and then and it comes up again when Daniel Bryan has Big E in the label lock, and Big E is going for a rope break, and they're like, "There's no rope break. You can't." So Big E has they say it on a commentary, like Big E's got to crawl all the way out, kind of thing. The match was fun. Daniel Bryan kicked the crap out of Big E at one point.
Yeah.
Was slapping him, and
That was cool. They had a little stare down, and people were really hyped for it.
Yeah.
Like Big E and Daniel Bryan, they were like, we
Yeah.
want to see this fight.
Daniel or Heavy Machinery were throwing people around. Otis caught somebody. I can't remember who it was. They threw somebody straight up over who's the other one? Otis and something? Tucker threw one in a back body drop or tossed him over his head, and Otis just caught him in a power slam. I was like, it wasn't someone small. They're all big.
At one point, Otis lifted Big E up for a suplex.
Yeah.
Held him up in the air, and then Tucker did the crossbody off the turnbuckle.
Daniel Bryan did the diving headbutt, and I freaked out.
Daniel, no.
I was like, please? What the fuck? Who okayed that?
Daniel?
Yeah.
Maybe no one okayed it. I guess Daniel okayed it.
Dude, I was terrified. I was like, that makes me so scared.
Have I ever told you about one of the first wrestling shows I ever watched was WrestleMania, I don't remember. Mm-hmm. And it was Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle.
20...
Something, yeah.
I'll look it up.
Okay. Anyway, it's not relevant, but this was back when the guys that I watched wrestling with, when they were the ones that watched the weekly stuff and I didn't. So before every match, I was like, all right, what's the story here?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, Kurt's back is messed up. His neck and back are all ruined from stuff. This is his first thing back from injury. So this match will probably be sweet because it's Kurt Angle and he's great, but we're certainly not going to see any suplexes. And the match was just endless suplexes. And I remember my friend Chris just going, no, Kurt, no suplexes, no suplexes.
Yeah.
Just every time we'd be like, stop it.
Every time I see, that's the first. I'd have noticed Daniel doing that headbutt before then, and he did the big diving headbutt, which is scary as hell. Mm-hmm. Harvey Race has gone on record saying he wish he never did that move.
Yep. Harley Race?
Harvey
Race.
Race. Ah, yes, Harvey Race, my favorite. And the Harvey Boys, my favorite tag team.
WrestleMania 19 in Seattle, Washington.
Oh,
was that it?
Tacoma Dome.
Oh, yeah, because that was the one where, no, it was at Safeco Field. That was with
Safeco.
Shawn Michaels came back and did this cool entrance with pyro all the way around Safeco Field.
Oh, okay.
That.
So, the New Day win this because Daniel Bryan goes to do the big backflip thing off the turnbuckle.
That was the other one. Sorry, the Shawn Michaels thing was also, we were like, oh, speaking of people who are broken, injured men who will never do anything again. And then a couple minutes into the match, Shawn Michaels does a kip up, and we're all like, what?
He's still alive.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So Daniel Bryan does the backflip thing. Big E catches him. Midnight Hour. Up, down, whichever one. I don't know.
They called it the Midnight Hour.
They call it the Midnight Hour. All right. And then the New Day are the 6-time tag team champions.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Daniel Bryan cut a great promo afterwards because he's not afterwards, but they did the backstage thing, one of the exclusives. And he's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I was trying to save the tag division. I don't know where I go from here. All these people are irrelevant. And
I like that Woods in the ring was going we told you. We told you. We have them all. We've got every one of them.
Yeah.
Because now each member of the New Day has a title.
Yeah.
At least for now. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's be honest.
It's not the next match.
Fighting Samoa Joe. When was the last time Samoa Joe won a match?
Yeah.
Well, he beat Ray, but Ray doesn't count. He's basically a child.
They have a bit of them in the gorilla position. We've been seeing this more and more recently. They have them backstage in the gorilla position celebrating, and then Heyman wanders through, grabs a mic, and just steams through and goes out to the stage. And he says, he talks about how he's Philadelphia because of this is where ECW is from, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm Philadelphia. I'm
Philadelphia.
Yeah, he says, for the record, I am Philadelphia. I am the entire concept of Extreme, and I'll be damned if I leave the city of an extreme show without being part of history. And he gives another one of his spoiler warnings. He's like, spoiler, tonight, here in that ring, my client, Brock Lesnar, will cash in the Money in the Bank contract, and he will have the honor and the privilege of leaving the city with either the WWE or the Universal Champion.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
Exactly. So it's like, well, this could go any way.
Yeah.
So, so that's the thing is he says, now, of course, to say that in advance would make him a stupid son of a bitch, so you have to ask, am I telling the truth or am I Paul Heyman? And then he throws the mic away and leaves. So it's, all right, cool.
They've been swearing a lot on wrestling lately.
Yeah. There was a bit leading up to the match later. There was a promo on SmackDown where Kofi just responded by giving someone the finger.
Yeah, he gave Samoa Joe the finger. He's like,
and they blurted it out. Yeah. Next is the U.S. Championship match. Ricochet defending against AJ Styles with Gallows and Anderson at ringside. I'm sure that won't be a problem.
Nope.
How long did it take for it to be a problem?
Near the end. It wasn't until the end.
Oh, no, wait. Right. No, immediately. Before the match.
Oh, yeah, before the match.
Ricochet comes in. That was not meant to be a setup, but it worked out.
it
Thank
did
you
work
for coming
out.
with me on that journey anyway. He
I
goes
was
down
like,
to the
I
match.
don't know. I don't think that. I think it was at the end of the match.
They
Nope.
just they attack Ricochet before the bell even rings.
Yep.
And AJ like sits there watching, smiling, and then after he's like gives it like 10-15 seconds, then he's like, "Hey guys, come on. Get out of the ring."
They're so good, man.
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, come on. Get out. Come on. I'm trying to have a
make this a
match
fair
with this
fight."
guy." Yeah, jeez. So
They're so good. I'm
Yeah.
hoping they like get to actually do some stuff. Yeah. The club, man, they're great together.
much like the Aleister Black Cesaro match, AJ Styles versus Ricochet is just like, it's just a good match. It's just fun and they work well together and they do a lot of like just good wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
And
Ricochet gets to flip around and AJ gets to flip around and yeah. And then the club, like at one point, AJ's foot's under the ropes and Carl Anderson like hops up on the, he's like, ref. His foot's under the ropes. And they're like, okay, yeah, foot's under the ropes. And then Carl Anderson like jumps up on the thing and then Ricochet like attacks him. And then while the ref is distracted with that, because Carl Anderson's in the ring, Luke Gallows pushes Ricochet off the top rope.
Yeah. Or off the turnbuckle. He like lands on the turnbuckle.
And then AJ does like a second rope Styles Clash, which is wild.
Like a backwards style, second rope Styles Clash. It was really cool. But yeah, because they talk a lot about like Gallows and Anderson have to be careful because if the ref sees them doing any offense towards Ricochet, then AJ gets DQ'd and Ricochet retains.
Yeah.
So they're like,
so where does the intention of offense come in? You know what I mean?
yeah, if
Because like
if
Carl
they actually,
was like obviously going to attack Ricochet,
but he
didn't attack him.
Yeah.
So would he get convicted in a court of law?
No, you can't. This isn't Minority Report.
Yeah, they know the crime before it happened.
just there's no pre-crime in WWE refereeing. Just because he looked like he was going to attack him, he never made contact, so nothing actually happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do love the idea though of a WWE court.
Yeah. Well, there is wrestler's court,
Is there really?
But that's a different thing.
that's like real.
yeah.
Like wrestler's court is like a real thing.
Who's in charge of Wrestlers Court these days? Do they still do it?
Because
I think it was
just a relic
Undertaker
of the
for a
past.
while.
it was Undertaker.
Basically, it used to be that like if someone did something that was deemed to be wrong, then you would
like exposing the business, brother.
or like being a dick to someone or like taking someone's whatever or any number of things. Then you would go to Wrestlers Court, often presided over by the Undertaker. This is like in the locker room. Be like, all right, look,
Like one of the examples is that Edge and Christian were two wrestlers, and they were friends with Brian Gewirtz.
yeah,
And
or
they were-
Gerwitz, whatever, yeah.
I think it's Gewirtz. And they gave some action figures to Brian. And people thought that they were bribing Brian, a writer, to get them better storylines. So they got taken to Wrestlers Court
Oh, I don't remember this.
for it.
All right.
There's I think you can find it on like Edge and Christian's podcast. They talk about it. And so basically Wrestlers Court is like they get to defend themselves, and then usually whoever's leading the court, like the Undertaker or whoever, get to decide what the punishment is. It's like, you gotta buy me a Mickey, a whatever.
It's
and-
generally you have to buy beer for the locker room.
Yeah.
I see.
If
But
you're deemed guilty by Wrestlers
it's
Court.
definitely one of these backstage things that is not on camera.
Correct.
Yeah.
But there's stories that come out of it.
Yeah, this is not a storyline thing. It's never been used as a storyline thing, but it's just like instead of these people who are full of adrenaline and hormones and muscles coming to literal fist fights backstage, which has also happened a lot. You know, it's like, all right, everyone chill out. We're going to see what Taker thinks about this, right?
Yeah.
And then
He's the John Wick of WWE.
You bring in one of the old guard, essentially.
exactly. And he's like, all right, what do you say? And they're like, well, this, and this. Okay, what do you say? This. All right, I've determined that you're the idiot in this case. You need to buy everyone beer. That's the end of it. Drop it now. And everyone's like, okay.
Yes, Undertaker.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I want that to be a sentence I have to
just-
say at one point in my life. Like, yes, Undertaker. I'm sorry, Undertaker.
I hate that I'm the one leading the tangent here, but I love the idea that this is a thing that does not involve the company. It's not
Yeah.
something that goes to Vince
It
or
doesn't,
to anybody
yeah.
else.
It's the
It
Wild
doesn't-
West, Meech.
It's so it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
It's like we need to deal with this so that like WWE staff isn't involved.
Right.
Right? It's like we need to make
Because contracts could be at stake.
Exactly,
Like, it'd be like,
right.
if you guys can't get along, then we're not re-signing you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, because there was the thing you've heard. I'm sorry, you've heard about the thing with the Miz and his early days. This is a story that he's told a bunch, but he was eating fried chicken in the locker room over, I think it was Benoit's bag, over someone's bag, and got crumbs on the bag, and whoever it was, or I don't know whose bag it was, but Benoit was like, "You don't change in the locker room anymore. You change in the hallway.
Oh, Jesus.
That's disrespectful. Get the fuck out." And when you get kicked out of the locker room, the only person who can invite you back into the locker room is the person who kicked you out. That's just how it works.
That's just etiquette.
that's just the etiquette.
yeah.
wow.
I've never heard this story.
Yeah. Oh. So then Benoit died.
Yes, he did. Became died, yes.
Shit.
The less said about that, the better.
Yeah, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said Benoit, I'm like, I hope we
Yeah.
don't have to, but okay,
No,
here we are.
And then for years, Miz kept changing in the hallway because
Yeah.
he's like, "Yep, that's how it goes." Okay, until one day, again, Undertaker was at SmackDown or whatever and saw him changing in the hallway and is like, "What are you doing? Why are you changing in the hallway?" And he's like, "Well, because
Explains.
3 years ago, this, and then
3
or-
years?
I don't know how long it was. It was a long time.
Fuck,
I don't
man.
remember the timeline, but it was a
Yeah.
long time. And then Undertaker's like, "Okay, you can come back in." So yeah, it was Undertaker who was the guy that was like,
Holy
was like,
shit,
you-
that's fucking wild.
yeah, because say what you will, the Miz, nothing but respect from him for like, okay, that's how it works. I'm in the thing, and then it's like, well, I guess I changed in the hallway forever, and then no one was going to be like, "No, Undertaker, I think he should stay out there because the guy who kicked him out there years ago for eating fried chicken over a bag died."
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Taker was like, you've paid those dues. You can come back in the locker room. man."
Thank you.
Yeah.
My sweet summer child. He's
Yeah,
like, come here.
I have this amazing respect for the Miz now all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I've
As,
always-
as
yeah.
a professional.
I have a lot of respect for the Miz in that regard because he came across like a complete doofus because he was a guy from the real world on MTV. And I was like, "I want to be a wrestler," and people were like, "All right, sure, you frosted tip little fuck," and he put in the work and now he's great.
Yeah.
He's
You know?
a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's
And
amazing.
it's no question.
Yeah, so good. Did we say who won that match?
I believe you did say there was a Styles clash off the
Yes.
middle rope.
We
Styles
did say
won.
there was a Styles clash off the top rope.
We didn't say who won.
Yeah.
That was also the finish of
Ricochet
the match.
won. Fucking
Powered through that Styles clash? Is that what happened?
no,
What?
AJ Styles exploded. Do you believe in spontaneous human combustion?
I'm watching an anime about it right now.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
That could be true of anything. AJ Styles does, in fact, get the pin and win and is your new United States champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now we
They
gotta-
had to win, right?
Yeah. So now we got to have the club challenge for the tag titles so that the club can have titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I like it when stables hold all the championships, especially heel stables.
Yeah. So
But I mean, like, AJ's
Ricochet
never
had
gonna
that title for
be a month.
A month?
Yeah.
That sucks.
But that's fine. I'm okay with him losing it. Like, if they have a rematch at SummerSlam and Ricochet wins, like, Ricochet is good. Like, the club, AJ had to win this because of the storyline that was leading into it. It was the reformation of the club, and like,
Yeah.
we're stronger together. And now you've got to deal with Gallows and Anderson along with how good AJ is. Like, AJ is like AJ, the character, the wrestler, is like very good,
Yeah.
right? And so adding in this extra element of having these two goons to like makes it more dangerous, right?
Yeah. The next match is Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. It takes 10 seconds. Kevin Owens wins.
Yeah.
The match is irrelevant.
You know who else is irrelevant?
Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah.
Okay. Ha, got him.
Get God.
What surrounds the match is the story, which is that Kevin Owens has been feuding with Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
on
Kevin Owens is a
SmackDown.
babyface now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
But the worst kind, this is the thing, I hate when WWE does this. Kevin Owens is criticizing Shane because he's like, the McMahons came out here and they said that the universe was the authority now, that they were the ones in charge, and since then, you've been the one who's been on Raw and SmackDown every week, taking time from these people's, like, taking time away from other wrestlers. Before this show, he tweeted, like, pictures of lots of wrestlers that weren't on the pay-per-view
Billy Kidman.
because Shane was on the pay-per-view. Well, some of them still work
Some
there.
of them don't even exist anymore.
But this thing that WWE does when they're like, oh, fans have this legitimate complaint about the product right now. Here's what we'll do. We'll have a character also make those complaints and use that as their motivation, but not change anything.
Yeah.
I hate it. It's like, oh,
Like, hey,
great.
I feel like that too. Hell yeah, go Kevin Owens.
But they don't fix the problem. They're like, oh, we've identified that people are upset about this thing, so we're going to have a character also be upset about the thing so people will connect to that. Cool. Should we address that thing in any way? No. It's maddening.
Well, I think their thought process, if I'm going to try to
Please.
see things, is that they think that since Kevin Owens is the character that thinks that way, and now they have an avatar, you know, in the fucking the multiverse, where like, oh, he represents us, and now he's getting revenge on Shane, so that's just as good as us getting revenge. Bingo, bango, bongo, bing, bang, boom, done by noon.
But they don't fix the problem.
Yeah, they don't. But that's their thought process. I guarantee you, that's got to be it.
Well, you have to, in order to identify that something is a problem, you have to believe it's a problem in the first place.
That's the thing.
And they definitely don't believe it's a
They
problem.
definitely don't think it's a
So
problem.
like, oh, this is just more people complaining.
Yeah.
Because that's how you can look at anything and be like, well, what if we just make somebody an avatar for solving whatever problem they have a bug up their ass about, and then we just make it look like that happened, and it's like good because it's not a problem. Because why? How could it even be a problem for us? We have all these great superstars. They're doing all the job they're supposed to do. You know, we got guys who are 50 years old up here wrestling, which is what's supposed to be happening because that's what we've decided.
Yep.
I'm really kind of getting this now.
Yeah. So because they showed in this video package that he's been harassing Shane for weeks. They did a bit on SmackDown where he's insulting him and Shane cuts his mic off.
Yeah.
And so after this, what I guess was a match with Ziggler, he gets on the mic again and said, I thought I'd come here tonight and get suspended or even fired. But I mean, Shane got dropped on his head with a tombstone earlier tonight. So I guess that's not happening because Shane isn't in possession of his faculties.
That, right? Like, because they said that Shane said Kevin Owens is banned from all WWE events, but then Kevin shows up at Extreme Rules and has a match. Like, but at least they said that. You know what I mean? Like, Shane got tombstoned fucking back to the Stone Age, right? Like, he doesn't know what's going on. Time to wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, I like that, right? It's like they explained it.
And so he says, I speak for me, I speak for everyone in the locker room, in the arena, and at home. Shane McMahon can kiss my ass and go to hell. And then there's like 2
Dude, so
seconds.
much swearing.
There's like 2 seconds of silence, and then Corey Graves is like, well, I don't know if you actually speak for everyone there, Kevin. I for one, appreciate my boss. It was great. He's such a toady little suck up.
Speaking of that, there was a great, I can't remember when it happened, but at one point, Corey Graves says to Byron, he's like, shut up, Byron, you probably sleep with a nightlight. And there's like a pause. It's like, and then Byron just goes, no, I don't. Like, just getting real quiet.
Byron's so good.
Byron's so good. Criminally underrated, man.
Yeah.
Like, sure, Byron wasn't the best when he started, but nobody is. Nobody's good when they start commentary. It's just like probably how I feel right now about what's his name that does 205 Live. Aiden English.
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, he wasn't great. You know what I mean? But now, like, I listened to when he was on the pre-show. I was like, oh, he's getting better. Like,
But
it's like
if
it
you
just
look up
takes-
on TV tropes, the trope is literally, it's called the butt monkey. And that's what Byron is. He's the guy that he exists to be made fun of.
Yeah.
And he plays his part so well.
yeah,
It's
the
really
nightlight
good.
thing got me, man.
Yeah.
I was
No,
like,
I
oh,
don't.
that's-
Shut up.
No, I don't.
2 more matches to go.
Yep.
Both for titles. The WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston defending against Samoa Joe.
Yep.
Woo. Big chanting for Joe.
Yeah.
Good stuff. The lead up to this was, like we said, that Kofi flipped Joe off because Joe's like,
Joe attacked him.
yeah, he's like, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to come for your title
Okay.
because I got my U.S. title taken away from me, so I'm coming for yours now. What's
Joe needs to fucking win one of these title matches at some point.
Because he doesn't win this one.
No, he doesn't, dude. Like, Joe and Drew McIntyre, you have 2 like these awesome monster heels, and they just lose all the time. And the only reason that they're still relevant is because both of them are very good at their jobs.
Yeah.
It's a fucking miracle that Drew McIntyre and Samoa Joe have any relevancy in this universe. Because they just like, they talk all this shit and they be big badasses, but then the moment comes, the big moment, i.e. the pay-per-view, and they don't fucking win.
Yep.
Can they just win one? If Drew McIntyre doesn't if they have the match at SummerSlam between him and The Undertaker and he doesn't win, I'm going to cry. You're going to watch a 35-year-old man cry
Yeah.
on this podcast. Okay?
He's
Sorry,
gotta win
rant
that.
over.
He's got to win that SummerSlam match. That would be, yeah.
Can Joe just...
This match is good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
I
a
mean,
really
Joe's
good match.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love Joe. I love Kofi too.
Kofi comes out with a platter of pancakes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. But like,
At one point in this match, did you notice? It was probably hard to miss. Is people chanting a back and forth chant?
want
of,
Lesnar?
We want Lesnar. No, we don't. A much louder. No, we don't. Because who knows who Lesnar's going to cash in against, or if Paul was lying? Who knows? This match is cool.
yeah, it was fun.
Kofi retains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trouble in Paradise is getting to like skull crushing finale Dirty Deeds level of
Ooh.
kick out ability.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kick out
Yeah,
scale.
you're right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the nobody's kicking out of the Trouble in Paradise, man.
No.
I'll hit you, bing bang boom, hit you with my finisher, brother. 1, 2, 3. Everybody goes home. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm curious what this is going to mean for, because SummerSlam is in
A month.
yeah, like less than a month. It's on August 11th. So,
It's on August 11th.
yeah, it's the 15th today when we record.
So they have like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
So starting tonight, I guess Tuesday or wild cards. Who knows? Stop the wild cards.
I love how that
Stop it.
gets you.
It's ruining everything.
Yeah. It's ruining the thing I love.
Yeah, that's the only problem. I don't know. They just need to. I don't know what they're gonna do with maybe
The rosters.
yeah maybe Joe maybe they fight again at SummerSlam and Joe wins then. Who knows? I think in Joe's case, I think what helps him a lot is that he is so, to me anyway, credible just by himself.
Believable, right?
He's completely believable. So if he loses, I'm not like, oh, I guess Joe sucks now. I'm like, wow, someone actually beat Joe. And I know it keeps happening, but I'm like, I just believe that Joe could do anything. My chair just gave out on me.
Yeah, that one does that. There's
Sorry about
one
that.
does that.
Yeah.
It's locked.
Anyway, now it's your main event.
Yep.
So this is a winners take all mixed tag extreme rules match for the Universal and Raw Women's Championships.
The Wikipedia page also says the words "last chance."
Yes.
Oh, yeah, also that.
It's the last chance.
Well, what?
Okay, so
We'll get there.
Seth Rollins, the Universal Champion,
Yes.
and Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion,
Yes.
defending both of those titles on the line in this match against Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans in a mixed tag match. It is an Extreme Rules match, meaning no disqualification. And if Seth and Becky win, then Corbin and Lacey have to just F off. They have to leave them alone.
Yeah, they can't have a rematch, basically. Like, we're
Yeah.
done here.
So this started at, well, the individual feuds have been going on inexplicably for some time now, but the combined feud started at Stomping Grounds, which we talked about last episode.
Yeah.
And after the Raw after that, they were like, well, what if we're a team and then you're a team, because you two are apparently boyfriend and girlfriend, and good for you, I guess, but we'll be a team and we'll fight you and kick your asses.
We're just two friends.
Yeah. And so then it just became this like mixed tag winning team takes all. So it's if Baron Corbin pins Seth Rollins and wins the Universal title, then Lacey Evans also gets the Raw Women's title, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And so people are they were trying to play up the like, but Becky, what if Seth loses and then you lose your title as well? And they played it. They used that in the video package. They used that interview in the video package for this, like a little more, to make it seem a little bit more divisive than it actually was, because the actual interview on Raw, Becky was like, oh, well, I guess, Seth, you shouldn't do that then. And Seth was like, oh, I mean, I guess. That'd be bad. Well, you shouldn't lose your title then either. And they're like, okay. Like, it was very couple in a relationship playful, right? Whereas they tried to play it off like there was actual potentially seeds of discord there, and there was not. I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
So for anyone unfamiliar with a mixed tag match, the way that this works is it's the men versus the men, women versus the women. So if someone tags, for example, if Seth tags Becky in, then Corbin has to leave and Lacey comes in.
Yeah.
So that's how mixed tag works. That's not actually super relevant to how this plays out now that I think about it, because it is an Extreme Rules match.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the match is fine. It's fine. I just don't like this storyline.
No?
Yeah. I don't like these versions of Becky and Seth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's doing anything. It's not doing anything for me. I don't know if people. I'm not saying like, hey, you shouldn't enjoy this. Like, if you want to watch this ship, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah,
right?
I guess so.
You want to watch this ship
it's
fight people, like that's cool.
It's a canon ship, though.
Yeah, it is, but it's just like, if you want, if that's your thing, then cool, man. But it just feels, even though it's not it's real, it feels very forced.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it feels very wooden to me.
I
mean, the big talking point of this match is Baron Corbin gave Becky Lynch an end of days.
Yep.
A man attacked a woman.
Yeah, and Baron got lots of boos for it.
Yep.
It was actually great.
It was well done.
Because he did it, and then he turned to Seth and yelled, "What are you going to do about it, you little piece of shit?"
Dude, so much swearing. What is going on with my WWE?
And then Seth stood up and just went absolutely bonkers with a kendo stick. I did like. Beej was actually watching over my shoulder because I was just finishing watching this match earlier today. When they went under the ring, when Seth and Becky went under the ring for the tables, from the angle that it was, because they'd been pulling so many chairs out, it just looked to Beej like Seth was pulling out one enormous chair.
And I was kind of sad when I was like, oh, it's a table. Damn it. Like, it would have been really good if just a really big chair had come out.
I showed him a picture of do you remember the Big Show's chair?
No.
Oh, at a TLC years and years ago, Big Show brought out a Big Show scale of their normal steel chair. It's just a giant steel chair. And I was like, I don't know, maybe they just have that kicking around under there just in case.
Yeah.
Maybe Strowman needs a chair for something. Who knows? So I did like that there was one point where Corbin had a kendo stick and picked it up and looked at it and was like, and discarded it and went under the ring. And the announcers were like, no, Corbin's not interested in a kendo stick. What's he going under there for? And then he pulls out 2 kendo sticks. It's like, 1 kendo stick. Nuts to that. I need 2 kendo sticks.
He's like, forgive me, master.
Yeah.
I have to go all out just this once. Yeah.
I just feel like when I see stuff like that happen, I always want, go bigger.
Yeah.
It's always like, it's like, oh, you did this thing. Well, pull out something more ridiculous. Because we've seen lots of chairs. So it's like, bring something else out that's just weirder. That makes everyone go, why does he have that? Why was that under there?
Yeah.
There's a bit where the tables, Seth and Becky laboriously set up these two tables in a weirdly specific position near one of the turnbuckles on the entrance ramp, and it's like look like they're going to do a thing, and then Baron and Lacey look like they're going to put them through the tables. I was explaining to Beej at the time that tradition is if you spend a ridiculous amount of time setting something up, chances are you're going to go through it.
It's the you smelt it, you dealt it rule.
Yeah. At one point, Corey, it takes them so long. Corey Graves is like, this is no time for architecture.
But he's the architect.
I know. He's the architect, Seth Rollins. That's the thing. That's the problem.
It's like, fuck off,
It'll
Corey.
be his downfall.
How about you watch your product, Corey?
It's like, wait, I have to draft something in CAD. Because he's criticizing because he's like, Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans were knocked down, but they haven't capitalized on it because they're faffing around with these tables.
Yeah.
It does eventually get to the point where they put Lacey and Baron on the tables, and then Seth goes to the top of the turnbuckle and Becky goes to the middle rope, and then they both, one after another, jump off and go through their relative opponents through the tables, which was good. And then eventually, you get to the point where Baron does the I confused them again, end of days on Becky.
Yeah.
And Becky's just out after that.
And then Seth goes nuts, does the curb stomp like 4 times or something like
Three
that.
times, I think.
Yeah.
And then
pins.
All
right, show's over. Everybody go home.
And retains. And then they're like, you're a winner and still Universal Champion.
I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming. Fuck! Man! Fuck! Fuck! Fucking fuck! I knew it! Brock Lesnar shows up.
Yeah. Heyman's there with him. They've got the briefcase. Lesnar looks like he's ready to fight. He steps into the ring, immediately suplexes Seth twice.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's start the match now. After the suplexes, Heyman gives him the thing. He's like, yep, go over to the timekeeper, the announcer. Lesnar's cashing in. F5, 1, 2, 3. Your new Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar.
Graham, we're stuck in an infinite Beast Slayer loop. It's fucking unreal, dude. Judge.
My opponent has demonstrated a Beast Slayer loop. I must concede.
You better concede, because, like, that's all we've been doing. Like, okay.
So this is Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, right?
Again?
Probably, right? He just won an ESPY for WWE Moment of the Year. I don't know how much they had to pay to get their own category at the ESPYs.
You can win ESPYs nuts.
I think it's a little weird that he won an award for like the best moment of the year being that he beat leukemia.
Yeah.
Surely beating leukemia should be reward enough.
Yeah. Your life is your own reward. I just like, okay, fuck, man. Like, I thought we were free. The evil was defeated. And then the evil showed up and won Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that means the evil isn't defeated. It's not remotely close. I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
There was no way Brock was cashing in and losing, which would have been awesome.
That would have been hilarious.
Would have been a nice little character development moment for Brock. Maybe he's like, well, maybe I'm not so great. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll...
I liked Goofy doesn't know the rules, Brock.
Yeah.
When he's like, I have a year. And Paul's like, I thought you knew.
Yeah.
I thought you read it.
Yeah.
Doesn't this also mean that he also won the Raw Women's Championship as
No.
well?
Because
No.
that match...
After that match had ended.
That match was over. Yeah.
The joke was people were like, well, you should have cashed in on Becky. That would have been... That would have been wild.
Because they did the thing where... So Seth beat Brock for the title years ago at Mania because it was Brock versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And then Seth came down and was like, I'm cashing in now.
Yeah.
And so the refs were like, okay, I guess this is a triple threat match.
Yeah.
So if Brock had come down before that match was over,
Yeah.
then, how would they have handled that? Was it like, I guess it's now a triple threat and Brock is his own team? And then it would have been like, I guess I also have this women's title. That's weird.
He would give it to Sable,
Yeah. Oh, right.
his wife.
Right. And former wrestler.
Yeah.
Right. No. That's why they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So, that's why that match was over. And then separately, so Becky still has her title, but now Seth is a broken man.
Brock Lesnar is great. Okay? He's fine. I don't want to go through this like same storyline of like who can beat Brock. and now Brock's gonna beat everybody again, and then
I just want him to lose it.
Gonna show up.
He's got to lose it at SummerSlam, right?
I mean,
Please?
ideally, but I guarantee you he's not losing at SummerSlam. I'll put money. I'm sick of betting against Brock Lesnar, right? I'm sick of betting against the WWE when Brock Lesnar is involved.
All right, triple threat at SummerSlam: Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre and Samoa Joe.
Okay. If Samoa Joe...
then they just lose. You know what that means. Then they both just lose.
If Samoa Joe beats Brock Lesnar, okay, I'm all in. I forgive all previous transgressions. Everything is okay. If this leads to Samoa Joe beating Brock Lesnar...
Yeah, all right.
Via tap out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Get the coquina clutch on him?
Yeah. Like, he puts the coquina clutch on him and Brock Lesnar just turns into a fucking tomato.
It'd be one of those things where, you know, when someone, I can't think of a specific example, but like a thing where someone has something medically wrong with them and they're just not aware of it and they just like die, right? And they're like, what was happening? Oh, you know, for weeks he'd been having this like hemorrhage or something.
Yeah.
It'd be like Joe is just attached to Brock in the coquina clutch, and Brock's standing up and walking around the ring and being like, why is everyone cheering? I don't understand what's going on. And then he just falls over. Right? Like, that's how Lesnar would handle it. It'd be like, where's my opponent? Does anyone else feel a tightness in their neck, or is that just me? And then just collapses like Ric Flair.
Okay. Yeah, this is the flop.
Yeah. Just derp.
But anyway, yeah, we're back to Brock. Brock's champ again.
Yep.
And maybe this is the problem. It's like maybe this is different with Paul in charge. Maybe Paul's convinced Brock to do more TV. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So maybe that's it. But still, again, I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they're probably going to fuck it up. Mm-hmm. All right.
How did you think of the show as a whole?
It was good.
It was good.
The ending soured me, but now that I'm looking back on it, I'm like, it's not as bad as I thought it was when I initially watched it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, maybe this could be... So I was more convincing myself. I was like, maybe they won't fuck it up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, maybe it'll be different this time. It's like, it's not going to be different this time, Adam. But wait. What if?
Adam's stages of grief involve a large bargaining step.
Yeah, that's all my life is bargaining. I'm constantly bargaining. I'm like, well, what if
it's okay though?
Yeah, it's like,
but what if it's fine?
Yeah. So yeah, but the show was good. This was a good show.
It actually really, really was. Specifically the
all the tag matches were great.
The tag matches were a lot of fun, and the Aleister Black and Cesaro and AJ versus Ricochet matches were really sweet.
Yeah,
so
it was good. Overall, I give the show a thumbs up.
Yeah, me too. And we'll be seeing you again shortly because, as we said, SummerSlam is in a month.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
4 weeks.
Until then, if you want to yell at us on Twitter about wrestling,
yeah,
you can do that. I'm at Graham_LRR.
Yeah, and I'm at Wake Up Super.
And Beej is on Twitter at TuxBeej, but more likely to reply to you if you hit him up on at Octodon.social.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it.
I remembered. Shout outs to Adam, our editor.
Hey, that's me. Yeah. Hell yeah. Shout outs to me.
And to Beej for being here with us while we record this. So that is it for Sidewalk Slam for Extreme Rules 2019. Thanks so much for joining us. And everything that we do is brought to you by you.
I was like, you almost forgot Patreon.
And your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us do all the things that we do.
Bye.
Okay, bye now.